follow me. It's nothing but classics. Yeah, so spring is almost here. Yay, warm weather. Boo. I'm actually not a fan of the warm weather. Sorry to the guy who hates the winter. My issue with it is that I have to shave again. Ladies in the audience know it's an ordeal. Legs are a lot of skin to take thin blades over. And I'm not a fan of that. I actually haven't shaved my legs since December 1st. No, seriously, you could probably braid it. In fact, I encourage you. It would be fun for me. And also because it's cold out, I wear long sleeves, so I am pretty lax about shaving these puppies. I'm rounding on day 8. Yeah, so warm weather means I'm going to have to bust out my 2 pairs of shorts and 1 tank top and start shaving again. And I can't wear long layers because I get heat stroke and any degree above 75 Fahrenheit. All that exposed flesh can be a bit of a problem because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm incredibly pale. And looking at me in the sunlight is about the same amount of hazard to your eyes as looking directly into the sun. So there's that. And also, it's going to sound kind of petty, but I gained a little bit of weight over this winter, so I'm going to have to start dieting again. Yeah, who's been broken by society? This girl. Normally when I come up here, I end up talking about my mother, and generally I don't paint her in a very flattering light. Turns out my dad's jealous of that I never make him look like a jackass in front of a room of strangers in the dark. So I'm going to talk about my dad now. It's hard to make him look like a jackass because he's a simple man. Simple, giant, lumbering, prime example of what an Aryan looks like man who spends his days chopping down trees listening to NPR on his solar-powered radio, shirtless. Wearing a Indiana Jones-esque fedora. He actually wears that hat more than he wears actual shirts or pants, for that matter. More often than not, you're going to see him wearing boxers and that fedora listening to his solar-powered radio. It's his security blanket. So I suppose my relationship with my father is actually pretty healthy for what it is. It's from a very young age. I can only describe it as me spooking him. So, starting at a young age, I thought my mom lived in the walls because I didn't see her much. So whenever my dad entered a room, I would be whispering into the plaster. And when I realized I was caught, I don't want to say I'd hiss at him, but I'd hiss at him. And then when I was 7, I was nearly run over by a car, and he grabbed me and threw me out of the road just in time. I got angry because he startled me, and I kind of hissed at him. Speaking of being almost run over, this is a PSA thing. This is actually the most serious part of this set. Don't text and drive. I swear to God, I've been almost run over 5 times since 2014 has been a thing because some jackass was texting and driving. So for all of you, if I catch any of you texting and driving, I'm going to hunt you down. Figure out where you live. Wait until it's nighttime. You're in bed, you're asleep, you're cozy. I'm breaking in, waking you up, taking your phone, and jamming it down your throat. What else about my dad? When I was 15, I was having the worst, for the gentlemen and wimps, I'm going to say an upsetting word, period. I was having my period. I was menstruating in a hellish way. Well, my dad could hear me moaning, vomiting, and growling, so he goes in there and he sees me curled up on the linoleum, shivering, wrapped in towels. And when I notice he's in there, I greet him. I say, "Crush my skull." He said, "What?" And I said, "Do it now. Step on my head, end it for me." So he left the room. It was pretty sprightly in that moment for a lumbering Aryan. He comes back momentarily with a hot water bottle for my cramps from Satan, and a bottle of baby aspirin, and he left it on the floor and left again. And I used the hot water bottle. It was great. It was a godsend. But here's the thing. At the time, I hadn't been a baby for 15 years. So pretty much he gave me a 15-year-old bottle of baby aspirin, so I didn't take it. And because of that, whenever you mention periods, cramps, or anything of that matter, my dad reacts in the same exact way. He gets this 1,000-yard stare, and you kind of can't communicate with him for the next half hour. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo!